Do your research. Do your research. Do your research. Research. And last but not least, research. Happy Friday and welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, I'm Tiyera. Subscribe. The title of this video, I'm pretty sure you guys already know what this video is going to be about. So without further ado, let's just hop into 7-ish tips that could help you build your credit. Number 1 is very, very important. I did say in the last video and in this video, and I'll say it 1,000 times again, to do your research. You're gonna need to do research to even determine which credit union or bank that you choose and all the details about that credit union or bank. That's interest, the late fees or fines that they have. You're gonna need to do all that research to make sure that whatever you choose, you're comfortable with and that you're gonna be, set with. Because a lot of them will have hidden fees and fines and stuff that you don't even know about, and then you'll end up, finding out about it in the worst way possible. And that's not what I want for you guys. I want you guys to go in there completely prepared and know already what you're gonna sign up for. So I listed some already, but some things to look out for would be interest, fees, and even the location of your bank or credit union. So if you're gonna need to go take out some money from an ATM and you don't feel like having that fee, a lot of banks and credit unions, I think when you go in there, if you go to your branch, they're not gonna charge you. So if that's what you are looking for, you should just pick one that you know that you live near or be aware of where the different branches are. Another tip I have for you guys is to get a job. So it's really important to get a job. I did say this in the last video too, but you'll need a job when you're building your credit because you don't wanna be spending money that you don't have. So you're gonna be tempted. Think about it. You're gonna be hungry, you're gonna be thirsty, you're gonna be needing something one day, and you're gonna have that credit card and look over like, man, I really wanna use that. That's just money that I have available right now that I could just use since I really need it. But if you don't have a job, then you don't know when you're gonna be able to put that money back on your credit card. So you don't wanna be spending money that you know that you don't have. And vice versa. That means when you get a job, you can spend off your credit card to build your credit and put that right back. So you're spending your own money essentially, but it's helping you, financially be able to build your credit score. Number 3 is don't spend more than I'd say about a quarter of your overall credit limit. So remember I said my credit limit was $1,000. That means I can't go over that $1,000, and that means when I'm spending off of my credit card, I'm not gonna wanna spend $700, $800 of that $1,000, even if I do have to pay it back, just to be safe. I mean, if you do have it and you know that you're gonna put it right back on there, and of course, do you, by all means. No one's gonna tell you not to do that. That's your choice, it's your credit, you do what you do. I just wouldn't recommend that. I'd start off, if you're just starting off, you might wanna start off spending about a quarter. So whatever that is, whatever your credit limit is, spend a quarter of that if that's what you choose to do. Let that be your maximum that you spend from your credit, just until you get used to paying that back and everything, because sometimes you think that you have the money and you just don't, and you're looking at it like, dang, I spent way too much of that, and that's not at all what you want, because that actually will make your credit score go down. Tip number 4 is to use your credit card for small things. This could be gas, this could be your phone bill that you have every month, this could be your Wi-Fi bill that you have every month, just something that you know that you're gonna be able to afford or pay for. Like, I had this teacher in school who was first teaching me about credit, and she said you could buy, like, say you wanna go to work and every day before work you go to Starbucks and you get your Starbucks drink. She said you could use your credit card to get that Starbucks drink every morning and then just pay it off using your debit card or wherever you get your money from when you're working. And that it seems so small, so a lot of people wouldn't really think that small payments like that would do something, but just to see that you're spending that money on your coffee or on your gas and then you're paying it right back, that's still pretty good to see that you can manage, that you can pay for that, and that'll actually help your credit score. So yeah, keep that in mind, small payments, whatever that may be. Tip number 5. You want to pay off your credit card as soon as you can. I had a lot of questions about this when I first started building my credit. Okay, so I chose a credit union, and I don't know if everywhere does this, but they sent me 2 cards, a credit card and a debit card, both by the same place. I think you know this by now, will get your checks and stuff on your debit card. So that's the money that you have to spend on whatever you want that's yours, and they're not going to let you go over. That's just whatever you have in there. And you're going to need to use that to pay off your credit card. That's a simple way to do it. See, I'm only speaking from experience and what I know. I know there are other ways that people can pay off their credit card, but I find it more simple if you get like a mobile banking app and you have your cards on there and you have your different accounts, maybe a savings account, a checkings account, and your credit card account. And they should all show you how much you have in each. And it's just easy to be able to look at your debit card account and see, oh, I have this amount of money on here. I could pay off this that's in my credit, you know? So you want to be able to just switch from account to account. If you do it that way, it's just so much more simple. Sometimes they even have it to where you can set up whenever your bill is. You're the type of person that might forget to pay that off. They even have it where you can set it up to where it'll take it out for you, pay off your credit for you. I didn't like that option because I remember, for one, and for two, I just don't like the idea of going on there and just being like, oh, this money is just gone. What if I wanted to spend that money on something else? So it's really just up to you and your preference, and if you can remember or not, but that's also an option, just to let you know. So you want to pay it off as soon as you can. So don't think just because, you know, you paid for something using your credit card one day that you can't still that same day or even right after pay that off immediately. There's been times where I've done that immediately just so I won't forget. Like, I'm going to use my credit card, and as soon as I get in the car, I'm going to switch this to this account and make the balance back to 1,000 just so I don't forget. You can do that whenever you want. That's why I like using the mobile banking app. I highly suggest you to get it. Or you can just go online and do it on your credit union site or whatever. But you could definitely do that, and it helps move things along so much faster. Just do it as soon as you can so you don't forget. Yeah, you don't want any late fees or anything like that. I don't think I've ever had that happen to me, but I have heard of that happening in the past. So of course that just comes with doing your research. Another little like side note that I have for you guys is not using your credit card still helps you build your credit score. I am completely amazed that I'm even saying that right now, because about a year ago, I didn't even know I didn't even know you could do that. I thought you actually have to spend the money and actually have to pay the money back in order to build your credit score. But when I had first opened my account, I didn't have a job, so I didn't want to spend money that I know I didn't have. So I wasn't using it until I got a job. And as I kept checking back on it, I kept seeing my credit score go up, up a point, up a point, up a point. Me not using it is still building my credit. Like, if you're starting from nothing, it'll still continue to go up. As long as you're not owing anything, as long as you're not spending money you don't have, you not using your credit card, if that's what you choose to do, will still help your credit score go up. That's just something that I didn't know. Using these tips that I just found along the way and came up with, or might have heard, I actually got my credit score up to, I'm not even trying to brag, but I got my credit score up to about a 740 something, a 748, and then something happened where I kind of got it lowered a bit. That would be my fault. Life happens. But I got it lowered a bit, and I actually put a picture of what it is right now on the screen for you guys. So yeah, that's what my credit score is right now. I got it to the 700s by doing that, and literally if you got like a 700 and something, 700 and up credit score, I don't think you're gonna get denied for like anything. Like, literally, if they go in there and see that your credit score is that big and that you know how to pay your money back and stuff like that, then I don't think too many other things will ever be an issue for you if you know how to keep it right there. You should be, another like tip that I have for you guys is to check your credit score like you would check your grades. You need to be on there at least once every week and a half, 2 weeks, a few times a month. I say this because there might be something that goes wrong that has nothing to do with you, completely out of your control, but you want to make sure that if your credit score drops and you're not doing anything, that no one has your information or no fraud stuff is happening, because that can happen sometimes. So you want to make sure that you're paying close attention to this. You do not, I say this again, do not want to have to pay money back that you did not spend. You don't want to have to do that. So in order to avoid that, I'm gonna just say keep checking your credit score. I wouldn't say like every day, but just keep an eye on it. So if it's going up, you're like, yay, you know, I know what I can apply for now and get approved for. And if it's going down, you know, dang, this is what I need to fix. Another tip that I have for you guys is to use something free to check your credit score. So I only know so much. I'm going off of all my experiences. Like, this is just what I've found like along the way. If you I use TurboTax to see my credit score, and they let me see for free, and it doesn't change or affect my credit score at all. I've seen ads where Credit Karma says they do the same thing. I think they're gonna ask for like your bank information or your card information, and then they'll be able to pull that up for you. Or if your bank even does it like their self and tell you your credit score, all that is helpful. But you want to find a place that, you know, that is free, for one, free to use, and two, is not gonna make your credit score go down just for checking. I heard some places would do that, and that would be terrible because you want to be able to keep an eye on things like that. I use TurboTax because that's where I do my taxes at, and they also have like I think they call it like an Intuit account. I'll spell it up here somewhere, Intuit account, where you can go on there and see your credit score for free. Like, I do it all the time, and it's really convenient because if you file your taxes with TurboTax and you see your credit score, you have both there whenever you need it. So I highly recommend doing something like that. Yeah, just do your research. That's the main takeaway that I want you guys to have for today, is to do your research. I hope these tips were helpful. That's all I've got for you guys. If there's anything that I missed, please feel free to comment them down below so I can help some people out. This is, like I said, all of just what I experienced. I'm only 19, I'm not an expert, but this is just some things that I learned along the way. So I really hope that they were helpful for you guys, because they've definitely helped me. Please don't forget to subscribe and let me know what types of videos you guys would like to see in the future, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.